You know you're busy with the comic book hustle when you can't get around to your mail call? All right, we're going to not put it off any longer. We are going to get into it. All right, guys, let's get into the mail call. Thank you very much for joining me today. My name is Matt. I run Comics and Comics Sales on Instagram. It's been a busy week. Life gets in the way. You guys know how it is. I have not gotten around to opening any of this mail, and I'm starting to feel kind of bad about it. Also, I can't wait to see what's in these things, and I just wanted to make a video about it because it's the middle of the night right now. Nobody wants to watch me open this live. You guys are going to enjoy it on the replay. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like, subscribe, comment down below on what you like from my mail call. I would appreciate that. Now let's just jump into this because honestly, I got to get through this and get to bed so I can prepare an auction for tomorrow night. All right. So maybe some of these things will be in the auction. Maybe by the time you guys see this video, these things will already have been sold at auction. We don't know. So this one is going to be from Recession Comics in New Jersey. Recession Comics. I always debate whether or not to, open the packages beforehand or talk through them. I know some of the YouTubers that have kind of like round table format, they'll just go through their pickups with each other, which is nice. That's more expedient and efficient, especially when you've got multiple people. But I'm just trying to kill many birds with one stone. I'm trying to give you guys some content for the channel. Just get through the mail. You'd be surprised when you are a buyer and seller on the scale that I have become. Just opening the mail takes a while, I mean, I'm sure many of you guys know how it is. It becomes a bit of a chore. And I don't think that a lot of this stuff is going to be a surprise to me. There's nothing in particular that I'm really, really stoked about, which may be why I haven't, gotten around to this yet or like prioritized it. There is one book I'm excited about, and let's see if this is it. Well, this is not it, but this is also a really cool book. There is one book in here that is my personal childhood grail, and I do already own the book, but I only own the copies that I grew up with, which are kind of beat up. So I've been searching for a really high grade copy of my personal childhood grail, and we'll see how we did with the condition. Now, this is a book. When you a book is going to blow up and you see it on eBay or whatever, and it's like you can buy multiples for really cheap, and you kind of put it in your cart and you put it off, and you don't pull the trigger, waiting to combine shipping with other crap or whatnot. This is one of those books for me where it's just a gorgeous Adi Granov Riri Williams cover. This is probably up there with the Jeff DeCal for me in terms of best Riri covers. And I didn't pull the trigger, and I have never owned this book because I couldn't get it out of my head, that price that I knew it to be when I meant to buy it, which was literally like under $10. This was dirt cheap before the hip hop variants blew up at all, let alone Riri. So I ended up getting this for somewhere in the ballpark of 40 bucks. I pulled the trigger. It looked like a 9/8 candidate. 9/8 potential. You can never tell with eBay or whatever. You don't even know how it's going to arrive after shipping. But that does look like a good copy. It does look good. I would love to have a graded copy of that. All right, this package is from... Oh, this is from my parents. I stayed with them a couple weeks ago, and because I get so much mail so regularly, I had a few packages routed to them, in Massachusetts, which also saves me some money on tax because Rhode Island charges tax for eBay sales, while Massachusetts does not. So I had like 5 packages routed to them, and this one was took an extremely long period of time to get to me. So I completely missed this one. It came way after I was long gone from my folks' place, but they did me a solid and sent it along to me. So I know what this book is because I remember the one that I was missing from that week. And this is another next-gen character. Another cool cover that I've never had before. Another female next-gen character. Can you guys guess who I'm talking about? Let's see, we got Riri. It's not Riri. It's not Silk. It's not Kamala. So who's the other one? Put that answer in the comments below. See if you can be the first one. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I guess maybe in the live chat when if I'm premiering this, I don't know. First person in the live chat can get some bragging rights. But the answer, my friends, is... oh boy. It's always tricky when you're sort of like talking about it as you're unboxing because you don't want to be overzealous and try to impress people by how fast you can extricate the book from the tape and whatnot, and then cut your book in half. So here it is. Another book in a similar price range. I'll just keep it on this cardboard for now. Yeah, I thought it had a spine tick or two, as I recalled. I just wanted to get a copy of this. This is America #7, the Bruce Springsteen homage cover. So America Chavez was the answer if you were playing along at home. It looked nice with maybe 1 spine tick, so it might still be worth a grade, but we'll see. We'll see how we do when we unbag it. Check out the back cover. It's where the moment of truth often is. All right, here is something from Patricia in California. Patricia in California. My dad and I used to have a personal joke from the movie The Wizard. I'm not live, right? Yeah, I'm recording only. From this movie, The Wizard. You know that movie with Fred Savage where he's like a genius Nintendo player? Of course, that was like my favorite movie. Oh, this is the personal grail, guys. This is the childhood grail. I love seeing. Anyone know what this is from just seeing this? Seeing these legs poke out there? This is a pretty obscure indie book from the 90s. Super psyched to have another copy. So in The Wizard, there's some plot point where they got to move to California. He's got some kind of like autistic little brother or something who just keeps going, California, California. And it's like mysterious, like, why is this kid obsessed with California? But my dad and I would always do that whiny kid voice, California. So that's sometimes what I think of when I lived in California. It's not my only association with California, but it's just one thing that I think of. Okay, so this, guys, I'm trying not to damage it as I get it out of the case. I'm inspecting it, so I don't love it when sellers put like hard packing tape on the bag and board because it's just difficult to get free, and it's no fun to sweat over that. But I'm going to try to get it free now. Without damaging the book. And of course the bag and board is trash. You know what I mean? Like when you do that, you ruin the board. If you ruin the bag, if nothing else, let alone possibly ruining the book. Okay. Let's see how we did, because this book is a pricey 9.8. and I've been hunting a 98 candidate. This particular seller didn't seem to know what they had, per se. Do you guys want to take it out? I really want to see. I've been waiting for this one. I'm going to take this one out. So I'm going to put on some gloves. Let me give you guys, I'm going to preach the gospel of this weird eccentric pro tip that I like to do. I like to have 2 different kinds of gloves, okay? And I'm sorry I'm in my Unabomber tonight. I'm just tired, and you know, it's just a hoodie kind of night. But cotton glove on one hand and latex glove on the other hand. What this does is it gives me dexterity and grip with the latex and soft cushiness with the left hand. So I can actually brush dirt and maybe even clean fingerprints with this one. And I have the dexterity with this one. It just helps mostly with like when you're cleaning or pressing. I like to have both because I kind of like things about each style of glove. So it's just a weird little thing that I like to do. All right, let's see how we did. Let's see how we did. The reason this is a tough book is super low print from the 90s, okay? And it has an all black cover. And guys, I am stoked. I don't have my super harsh grading light on it, but look at this book. Oh, baby. Yes. I think I found my copy, guys. I think I found, look at how beautiful that black back cover is. Wow. I think I found it, guys. I'll have to look in the harsher grading light later. Looks like maybe there's a little cleaning to do, but yeah. Little bit of a blunt on this corner. But boy, is that a nice copy. Wow. All right, let's get that in a new bag and board. Oh, where did I put those? Oh yeah, they're over here. Okay. Yes. Yes. Welcome home. Welcome home, Scud. So this is a great series if anybody hasn't read it. Scud the Disposable Assassin by Rob Schrab. I have one other copy of this first print, and the second print is sort of similar but different art and higher print run on the second print, I believe. I'm not sure about that, actually. It just, you know, might be one of those things where it just was less desirable at the time, as most later printings were. But my second print copy of this is signed by Rob Schrab, which is also kind of cool. So, so yeah, there we go. That is a killer book. Super stoked on that. I'm going to put that aside because I'm just going to put it straight into my grading pressing section over here, right in front of the Ultimate Fallout 4 first print. Guys, today I got that ready to ship to CGC, my raw copy of UF4, and I got cold feet because I was looking it back over and I was like, in my head after pressing it, I was like, this is a 9.8 candidate. And then when I looked back at it, I was like, this has a ways to go. I was like, there's no way this is getting a 9.8 as is. And I could see all these things that I had sort of like, I don't know, I probably pressed it a couple times. I probably said, oh, it's good enough, or it's the best I can do. I think I got to do it again. It's just not there yet. And I'm going to try a couple more tricks up my sleeve, see how we do. But I mean, the difference between a 9.6 and a 9.8 is so big. It's worth taking a little extra time to do when you can, you know? All right, so this is from Tom in Maryland. Tom in Maryland. All right, got a nice flat rate mailer here with a Gemini, which is my preferred way to ship. This is going to be a little bit of a long mail call. I hope you guys are settled in. Hope you guys are just chilling. Maybe you're doing some bagging and boarding. Maybe you're reading a book. Maybe you are looking up eBay prices, doing some market research, doing some shopping. Maybe you're listing books. Maybe you're selling some stuff. Let me know what you guys are doing while you watch this video, all right? Put down in the comments below. I'm curious. All right. Looks like a few books here. It was not a Gemini mailer, just a piece of cardboard, which is okay. What is this? 2 books? Okay, looks like this was from maybe a Facebook seller, and it was actually, he offered me a deal. I think I might have gotten 1 Vampirella book, and then he offered me a deal on the rest. And these are all great Vampirella covers. So we have, I think they're all Adam Hughes. This one is signed by not Adam Hughes, but somebody else. But that's a great cover. I'm not sure if that's Adam. Yeah, it's AH. Yeah, Adam Hughes. Here's another great Vampirella cover that I'd never seen before. You got Grant Morrison on that. Mark Millar. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And then you have, this one is also signed. And I have another copy of this one. This is also Adam Hughes, classic cover. So a couple signed books. I'll see what kind of grade they're in. They're maybe worth submitting to CBCS. I doubt it, but just cool Vampirella books. Not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. All right, now here we have a couple of like, what are, oh right, okay, this is Unknown Comics, guys. So Unknown Comics, I went ahead and bought these sort of like t-shirt bundles from Unknown, because, you know, when you buy the bundles, they're cheaper. So here's the t-shirt. The bundle for 3 books is cheaper than like getting 2 of them or whatever. Anyway, and the t-shirt is like, or rather, you get 3 books cheaper than, you know, you get a deal on the books anyway, and then they throw in the t-shirt. So it's Gwenom versus Carnage, the Nakayama pink cover. There's one, there's the Virgin, and there is the, what would you call it? Another Virgin, Candid special cover, secret cover. Super cool. I love Nakayama. I'm sort of putting together the set here since I got that Strange Academy 6 Nakayama. So I was just like, yeah, give me all these covers. I also like this box. I'll use that as a mailer at some point, or maybe a folio. So there's that set, and I think here is the matching set from Unknown. Right, here's the red shirt. So I've got 2 shirts out of it. Not like a super fan of Unknown. I don't mind them, but I'm not like, wear it proud. Oh, that's a cool one. That's a cool Carnage shirt. Nice. We got a couple cool comic shirts. I don't have many comic shirts. My nerd shirts are definitely lacking in selection. So here is a little bit more than just those 3. Looks like I have maybe 2 sets here. What did I get? Oh wow, okay. I went bigger on these. Let's see how we did. Using the Scotch tape doesn't usually hurt the bags, which I like. All right, so here's a set of the Mary Jane. There is the Candid Virgin. There is a trade. And there is the Carnageized. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay, and here is more of the Spider-Gwen, or Gwenom rather. Yeah, I think I just got kind of more bang for my buck. These were cheaper, like 10 bucks each for the trade dress and 10 bucks each for the trade. So I just got more bang for my buck. All right, let me put these aside. We're doing pretty good. All right, next package. Got a few more to go, guys. This one is from Unknown Comics again. Guys, doesn't it feel like the world is starting to open up a bit again? My parents who are in their 70s and 80s, like they're double vaccinated, they're going to be able to like hang out with people again and stuff. They're like, they're losing their, losing their shit. They're so excited. And my girlfriend's double vaccinated, and ooh, cool. I know what this is. And yeah, it's like she's going to start going to the gym again, and for comic stuff, we got cons coming up and everything. It's gonna be, I can't wait. The other day I like went to a movie wearing a mask and staying distant and all that stuff, but it's the first movie I've been to since COVID. It was just pretty profound, I have to say. It was pretty profound. So here we go, guys. I went for 3 virgin copies of the Del Auto Marvel Legacy Voices Miles Morales. I just went straight for the virgins. I wasn't a fan of the trade dresses, and I just thought, might as well just go for the virgins because you didn't need to get them in sets, and the virgins were available, so I went for it. So that's the kind of thing I'll definitely like slab at least one of them, sell one, maybe keep one, something like that. So super psyched about that. Okay, this one is shaky a little bit. IDC Comics in Florida. Hello, Florida. Don't like to hear the shake. Don't like to hear it shaking up inside your box. It's just floating loose in here. Would you put a first appearance of Riri Williams loose in a Gemini like this? Shake it up like that? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't do it. And now I'm just, to prove a point, about to ruin the comic. All right, we're getting it secure, guys. We've got it. Okay, we got it. So this is a second printing Invincible 9. Looking for gradable copies of this. I like it as a spec play because, big fan of the character, definitely a believer in the character. That one in particular, I think, has good bang for your buck because I'm not a big fan of issue 7 because it's a cameo, and I'm not crazy about the fact that 7 and 9 kind of dilute each other, and it's a little bit like you need to have both. Just don't like that very much about the book. Here's from David in Baltimore. Let's check this out. So I'm not crazy about that. I think if you're going to choose one, you'd go with issue 9. And then, because it's the first full, and I like the cover more too. And then you've got the later printings. And, both later printings of each issue has the cover appearance with Riri here in the little circle, right? So I just like the second printing of 9 more than the third printing of 7, personally, if I'm going to choose. All right, so this is a book I just buy every time I can, every time I get it cheap. It's the weirdest thing with some books like this, guys. Like, people get crazy about it. They start going for hundreds of dollars, and then people forget to check for auctions. and people were sleeping on this auction. Okay, it's got some spine ticks. It's not the super high grade copy or anything, but I got it for like 15 bucks, guys. This thing goes for, you know, 75 probably in this grade. So, you know, it's just great timing, because sometimes when I sell a book at auction, I immediately start looking for it again, especially if I like it, you know, like having a copy. And I really like this book, and I had just recently sold my copy, so I was able to get a replacement. So that's cool. Another thing about Spidey Super Stories, guys, is this is fresh spec as of like yesterday. I saw it on Lords of the Long Box that they hit me to the fact that issue number 1 of this run features an African-American Spider-Man in story. And it is just sort of a dream, like a fantasy sequence, but very interesting. There are some sneaky keys in this run, Spidey Super Stories. I, in fact, just today picked up a couple of random issues just because from my LCS, because they were $5 each and they weren't keys, but my attention is being drawn towards the series as being seriously undervalued. It's sort of like for kids, so they're usually in bad shape, and they've got some sneaky keys in there. All right, we're down to our last 2, guys. We're down to our last 2. I'll save the biggest one for last. So here's one from Logan in Georgia. I think the Spidey Super Stories keys are issue 1, if you consider it a key. I mean, issue 1 is a key because it's the premiere issue anyway. But it also has that really cool, you know, African-American Spider-Man character in it. And issue 11 is a key for a similar reason, having the first African-American Spider-Woman, I believe. Which is funny that one got called out for that reason way earlier. And people are just catching on to the male counterpart in issue 1. You'd think that would have come up by now. But it had not come up. Okay, here's another cool spec book that I've never owned before. I have the cover A and B of this. To finish my thought, the other keys in the Spidey run, I believe, are issue 11 for the African-American Spider-Woman. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm like closing my eyes. There's the Jaws cover homage, which is cool. Issue 31, of course, the Star Wars homage here. And then 49. 49 is that cool Thanos cover with the Thanos copter and the something cube. He's holding a cube of some sort, so that one's cool too. But lots of cool covers in there, and they're just like campy and fun. And I think that there's a lot of upside there if you can find them in the back bins of your LCS or whatnot. So this here, guys, is the first appearance of Crush. I own the cover A and B of this book, which are very, very modestly valued, just not that coveted. And this one is the 1 in 25. And I'll be interested to see if it's a 9/8 candidate, because it does have that nice forgiving white cover. I just recently submitted a Venom 3, for example, for a friend that I didn't think was going to get a 9/8 because it did have some creasing on the spine. And it got a 9/8. Sure enough, I mean, the graders can see the spine wear and still not counted as a defect, apparently, because it's just doesn't draw the eye on that white background. So this is the 1 in 25 design variant for Crush. And, you know, obviously, if you're going to invest in a first appearance of a character, if there's a ratio available, if there's a variant available that has that character prominently featured, all that kind of stuff will weigh into its investability and long-term spec value. So this is the book for Crush, for sure. I believe this is also the first Jimenez character design variant. So this is the one that started all of those you know, that whole line of DC design variants. So that's pretty cool in itself. Okay, last one, guys. We made it through. And after this, I have one bonus package I'm going to open that's not comic books, but you might be interested in it. So this is from Mike in Massachusetts. Mike in Massachusetts. What is this? I feel like I should know what this is, but I can't think of it. So let's see. This is a trickier package because it's like there's no right way to open it. There's like tape on every inch of it. High danger for a comic catastrophe. If this kind of packaging works for you, more power to you. But I just personally, I can't deal with the uncertainty and the stress of like, how am I going to package it this time? You know what I mean? Like that improvisational thing of like, I'll add a little more tape and a little more bubble wrap and a little more this and a little more that. You know, it's like, it's so exhausting and stressful and it takes so much time. That's why over time, you just find out what works for you and you stick with it. This is like, you know, this is like MacGyvering what should be a standard practice. You know what I mean? But hey, sometimes you run out of supplies and you got to do what you got to do. All right, we're into phase 2. I worry that this is like something really not exciting, like someone else's books, which is still fine for you guys. I guess it doesn't matter to you if it's someone else's books or my books. But for me, it would be a bummer. Oh my God, there's another layer under here. This is some serious MacGyver shit. Another layer of bubble under here. Oh my God, you guys. It's like a Russian doll. This is like the Russian doll of packages. No wonder I was dreading this mail call. Jesus. Unless you have patience of a saint, you're likely to make a mistake at some point in this process. Cut a little too hard or pull a little too hard or whatever. Layer number 5 or whatever it is. Really, it's just too much work. Too much work for both of us. This took you too much time and me too much time. All right, let me get a little peek. I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, I know what this is now. Okay. Pretty cool. So this is a Facebook seller who was moving a lot of inventory, and he just had good prices on stuff that you know, as a reseller and investor, I just wanted to grab up multiples from this guy. And he gave me the opportunity to. We sort of talked after his auction was over, and he told me what he had and, you know, what in what quantity and what prices. And, you know, for me, it's just like Strange Academy late printings of issue 1 are just like, or issue 2 in this case, they're just like good pickups no matter what. You know what I mean? It's just, even if they're not even $10 books now, they will be. And, you know, I think I really like that second print cover. I remember when it came out at the time, it was a bit overprinted, I think. But that's just an example of like a book that at the time felt a little like passe or like not that exciting. But now every time I see it, I'm excited to see it. And I think buyers at my auctions are excited to see it. That being said, I don't see any second prints in here. So I must have been tripping. I think I picked up some second prints elsewhere recently. I've been generally re-upping on my Strange Academy stock. So here's what we got here, guys. We got some third printing, 3 copies. And I think it was this recently that I sold my last copy of, and I was like, note to self, like, I think I sold it for between $10 and $15, right? And this guy was selling them for like $6. Like, he's just moving his inventory. So I'm like, yeah, I just sold out of my stock, and I'm gonna buy more. And this one I just think is great because people started getting a little burned out on ordering these by this point, and this is the fifth printing, black and white. Just, you know, the black and white sketch is always cool, and it's much later printing when people start getting sick of ordering them. That's when the print run goes down. You know, you gotta zig when other people zag, right? So RoboCop 2, that looks like a freebie. Don't mind if I do. Spider-Man 33, I probably got this for like $1. Probably because I don't really know this cover. It's a weird looking cover, and got Punisher there, and it's a newsstand. For all those reasons, I picked it up. And then we've got 3 copies of Strange Academy 2 second print. First appearances in there as well. Lower printing there. And then this one was just like a steal. I picked up 3 covers of Batman Black and White issue 3, super cheap. And you've got that first appearance in there. I had never picked up these other covers, so it's just kind of cool to have all 3 covers for a good price. All right, let me show you guys real quick what I got from a buddy of mine, which will be featured in the next auction. You can see it's not a comic book, it's oversized. I'm still wearing these gloves for no particular reason. Maybe I'm chilly. So this stuff is going to be really cool. This is from my pal Doyle. You guys should check out Doyle. Well, he probably has a card or 2 in here, so let me get his handle correctly here. So this guy is a very talented artist that you can find on Instagram. He does a lot of commission work. He is essentially donating, like offering free prints at shipping cost to Instagram auctioneers. So I said, yes, I will take free prints from you. Thank you very much, Doyle. And he hooked it up. So he let me choose which ones I wanted. All right, so these are prints from Doyle Comic Art. Here is the hashtag, Doyle Comic Art. So shout out to Doyle. Here is one of my favorites, which is a tribute to our pal Dusty from Sales to Astonish, who passed away this past year. I think it was this year, 2021. Very recently, far too soon. We miss him terribly, and this is a beautiful tribute to him. His character was Spider Man, so he wears the antlers on the Spider-Man. Great illustration from Doyle, great tribute. So that was one of the prints that I chose to get from Doyle for free. So thank you, Doyle. Here is another one that looks, oh, wow. These are prints. This is a great Green Goblin. And I might gift that to a buddy of mine. Let's see, how many did I get? It seems like kind of a heavy stack here. Oh, 2 copies of that. That's cool. I think that was free. That's really cool because now I can easily give one to my buddy without like I'm missing out. Here is a dope Venom print. Wow, he gave me doubles, guys. That's so cool. So now I can maybe give some more away, and I'll keep one of these. Look at that Venom. I love it with the blue background. Another Venom. And then I went with the good old, I love the concept of this one, a Turtles guy. And he went with a Beatles homage cover for Turtles, which I love, TMNT Records. That's one I could probably put on the wall, I think. But just super fun. Like, I'm going to use these as backdrops for my auctions, which I think was his idea of, you know, why he's sending it to the Instagram sellers. So once again, guys, this is Doyle Comic Art on Instagram. It's probably the best way to reach him. These prints are dope. I'm going to feature them in my auctions, which are Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern for the foreseeable future. At least until summer, when I might take a little time off, but that's neither here nor there. Guys, thank you, Doyle, for the amazing art prints. Thank you guys for watching, keeping me company. I'm going to pass the F out now. I really appreciate you guys helping me get through my procrastination mail haul. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.